powerful tool for unlocking the potential within the non-conscious portions of your mind. It's not about controlling thoughts or imposing external suggestions. It's about guiding people's access. It's about guiding people to access and reshape the mindsets that drive their habits, emotions, and behaviors. Through hypnosis, individuals can align their non-conscious portions of their mind with their conscious portions. Through hypnosis, individuals can align their non-conscious mind with their conscious goals, breaking free from limiting beliefs and automatic patterns. It offers a direct path to meaningful change, enhances well-being, and achieve personal growth by working with rather than against your natural mental processes. Hypnosis is a powerful tool for unlocking the potential within the non-conscious portions of your mind. It's not about controlling thoughts or imposing external suggestions. It's about guiding people. It's about guiding you to access and reshape the mindsets that drive your habits, emotions, and behaviors. Through hypnosis, individuals can align their non-conscious mind with their conscious goals, breaking free from limiting beliefs and automatic patterns. It offers a direct path to meaningful change, allowing you to overcome challenges, enhance your well-being, and achieve personal growth by working with rather than against your own natural mental processes. That actually worked out pretty well. Misconceptions, reasons, and beginnings. Despite the effort of scientific writers and researchers, hypnosis has been wearing a cloak of mysticism for centuries. The very term hypnosis, derived from a Greek root word meaning sleep, is misleading. Hypnosis is related to sleep as night is to day, and is no more like it than night is like day. If you will put aside all preconceived notions and examine hypnosis clinically, you will find that it doesn't look or behave as you thought it would. The way it does behave makes this phenomena a tremendously valuable medical tool, though misconceptions continually hamper or prevent its use entirely. The realization of this potential use in healing and of the damage done by misunderstanding and downright misinformation prompted the author to write this book. I will detail my reasons further in Chapter 1, but I wish to emphasize immediately the need for hypnotic knowledge and unbiased research if medicine is to take advantage of a great corrective force, the power of the human mind. It is my purpose in this text to impart valuable data to doctors and also to make an understanding of hypnosis available to the interested laity. This is the only way to remove the mystic cloak. You will therefore find no arcane terminology or esotericisms intruding here. term than hypnotist is hypnotic operator. As the operator, you teach the subject how to achieve the trance state or the states, which we'll go into at the proper time, and then if the subject is willing, you stimulate his imagination, acting, so to speak, as a dream pilot. It is pleasant to know that you can pilot almost anyone's imagination, simulating more enjoyable, more intense thoughts than those usually deemed possible. But again, do not confuse this piloting ability with power. I stressed the words if the subject is willing, because consent is imperative. You cannot impart a suggestion unless the subject is willing to take it. All the times, and in all degrees of hypnosis, the subject has complete power of selectivity. They therefore react only to suggestions that are reasonable and pleasing to them. You may have seen hypnotic demonstrations in which a subject performed outlandish antics. The fact remains that such a subject chose to perform those antics. There have doubtlessly been times in your life where you experienced outlandish dreams. The odd behavior you may have witnessed on the part of a hypnotized person was merely a similar dream induced by the operator, by a dream pilot. And odd or not, it seemed reasonable and pleasing to the subject, or they would have rejected the suggestion. Most modern books on hypnosis stress that the hypnotized subject is in rapport with the operator. As a rule, they neglect to add that he is also in rapport with himself, or even give himself auto-suggestions, and with the whole world. Therefore, the subject may easily take reasonable and pleasing suggestions from persons other than the operator unless the operator has first implanted a negative reaction to such suggestions. Also bear in mind the fact that just because the subject is amenable to suggestions, he is not going to let anyone control him. He's not going to let just anyone control him. I repeat that in every stage of hypnosis, the subject is in control and can select the suggestions he will accept. If the crisis of an unwanted suggestion arises, the subject will either arouse himself from the trance state or continue in it, but simply refuse to act on the suggestion. Under hypnosis, a person has control more than his selectivity or willpower. He's in control of all of his faculties except one. He can hear, see, feel, smell, taste, and speak. Though he may sometimes look unconscious, he is completely aware and can therefore cooperate. The single exception to this control is what I call the critical faculty. If you give him a suggestion which pleases him, and which seems emotionally and morally reasonable to him, he will accept it, despite the fact that under ordinary circumstances, he might consider it an impossible suggestion. For example, you can suggest anesthesia, erasing pain without a chemical agent, or it can induce total recall, even back to as early an age as, say, 3, and even when the subject ordinarily has poor memory. In regressing a patient during hypnoanalysis, you lead the mental process still a step further, inducing abreaction. This is reliving of a past experience rather than mere recall. The suspension of the critical faculty does not contradict the statement that the patient is in complete control of himself and has full selectivity. He accepts such a suggestion because it is pleasing, it is good for him. But his critical faculty, the disbelief that such fantastic feats are possible, is biased in hypnosis. Is bypassed in hypnosis. To state it in another way, in hypnosis the body and mind are equally suggestible, operating as a harmonious unit. Hypnosis has an effect on the unconscious as well as the conscious mind, and on the autonomic nervous system too. When you pilot a person into a suggestible state and provide them with pleasing dreams, their sensations upon awakening will be physical as well as mental, having had a pleasant experience. They will feel refreshed and invigorated. These general truths notwithstanding, every individual reacts differently under suggestion. To use hypnosis successfully, you must be able to respond to a variety of reactions, and your knowledge of the phenomena should therefore be profound. If a doctor is double patient, he should not let himself be taken by surprise. No one can learn hypnosis thoroughly by merely observing it. You must experience it yourself to know how different it is from descriptions generally found in books. You will find hypnosis a pleasant state, and as you learn more about it, you will not only wish to experience it for yourself, but you will also be able to hypnotize yourself. There's no such thing as not being hypnotizable. Since selectivity prevails in the hypnotic state, and the law of self-preservation will not let a subject accept a harmful suggestion, no one has ever been injured by hypnosis. Numerous hypotheses have been formulated to the effect that a subject might be induced to hurt themselves, knowingly or unknowingly, or might be fooled into committing a crime, yet there's no case on record of any such happenings. We have conducted thousands of tests, and in all cases, one of two things happens when an improper suggestion is given. The subject either rejects the suggestion completely or terminates the trance state. I repeat this fact because it is so important to the acceptance of hypnosis as a valuable and safe medical tool. There we go. The three requisites for hypnosis are 1. The consent of the subject, 2. Communication between the operator and the subject, and 3. Freedom from fear or reluctance on the subject's part to trust the operator. Since these three are the only requisites, it is obvious that those others are wrong, who say that any particular technique, fixation for instance, is the only reliable way to induce a trance. Actually, there's no limit to the number of techniques that can be used to trigger the desired response. You might say that there's no way in which you cannot hypnotize a person once you know how to utilize suggestion. It can be seen from the foregoing, all of which will be treated in detail at the proper points in this work, that there is a great deal of misinformation in what has been written about hypnosis. In view of this, I feel that I must answer here questions the reader may have as to my qualifications for writing the subject and the basis for my interest in the subject. Let's skip that. think that's it for now. This has been the Affordable Motivation Center, and we'll talk to you again next time.